All right, very, very warm welcome to everybody. It's so lovely to have all of you here with me this evening on Meaningful Monday. Just for the sake of etiquette, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if there is any noise on your side to please mute your own microphone. And if for any reason I hear noise that you don't, I may mute you, but then unmute yourself at any time. And you may speak to me anytime. And I do want to ask you some questions tonight, so I do ask that you get involved. So basically, for anyone who's new, Meaningful Monday is a free webinar that I do on the first Monday of every month, picking a different topic at a time, whatever the topic may be, as long as it's got meaning. That's why it's Meaningful Monday. Welcome to all the people who do join me regularly. You know who you are. And a very, very warm welcome to the new people. There are quite a few of you tonight as well, so I'm thrilled to have you with me. Meaningful Monday is recorded because it goes onto my YouTube channel, Silver Method Australia. And if you want to share it with anyone, if you've enjoyed this evening, please do share it if it adds value to others. All right, so really Meaningful Monday, it's just about raising awareness more and more, just to really help people live their best lives. And tonight is a very, very, very important topic from my point of view. And why I say that is, I think like this all the time. I don't often speak about it. And I thought it's been like building with momentum inside me. And I just really decided just recently that I'm going to start talking about the vision that I really have to create a better world. Because sometimes I don't speak about it. I just carry on as a personal development trainer. I train the Silver Method, which is a personal development program. Several people attending tonight have actually done the Silver Method as a dynamic meditation program. It really did change my life. And then I also am a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer. And John Maxwell is the world's #1 leadership author. Then I also sell investment property. So I do a couple of things. The point is, ever since I left corporate over 5 years ago, it has been my sincere and heartfelt desire to add value to people and help them either live a better life or become more successful or get unstuck from wherever they are, just to improve their lives. And the reason that I decided to do that is because there was a time in my life 10 years ago when I was in a really, really bad place. And I found that these certain tools helped me. And so because of that, I used these tools. I got unstuck. My life significantly improved. And I've just really been compelled to share this more and more and more with people, to the point that I decided, as I said before I left corporate, that I actually wanted to do this full time. And I felt it was really the purpose of my life. I've got a message here. It just says direct message from Georgie, but I don't have any message, Georgie. Just to let you, it is blank. If you did want to write something to me. So tonight's topic, when I say creating a better world, they're writing to each other. Okay. When I'm saying creating a better world, I'm just going to really share your vision about what I'm trying to achieve. And if I think of my life, I'm probably halfway through it. Or I don't know how long we're going to live, but let's just say I'm around about there. For the rest of my life and the days I have left, I really want them to count, and to count significantly. And this is what I want to share with you tonight. I want to honestly come to the autumn or the winter years of my life looking back and saying that I really made a difference, and I did the best I can. And what I'm sharing with you, I hope it inspires you as I share this vision. If you want to think about what you can do also to live a life of what I call significance. And I just want to start off with this quote. So if anyone wants to make notes, please grab a pen and paper for yourselves. Make a couple of notes. It's kind of an interactive session, and also you could probably journal some ideas. This first quote I'm going to just share with you says this: if you don't do something with your life, it doesn't matter how long it is. So just think about that for you. If you don't do something with your life, that means something very purposeful. It doesn't matter how long it is. So basically, when I started my personal development journey, and this is many years ago, of course, at the time, it was a selfish idea because I wanted it to help myself become more successful, to become wealthier, to become healthier, happier, and succeed. Now, as I went through and progressed on my journey, what I actually found was that the more that it changed my life, the more compelled I felt to share it. And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you've had the same experience, even if it's that you watch a great movie and then immediately you want to tell your friends, hey, watch this movie, it's fantastic, or you read a great book. It's the same for me with personal development. Every tool that I learned, every great book that I read, every wonderful course that I did, I just shared it with every single person I could, hoping they would probably pick it up or do that thing and improve their lives. And all I can say is over time, the more personal development that I've done, I found it not only opened doors for me, it opened doors for others. And it really helped me be able to make a contribution to other people. And this is even before I left corporate, before I was working for myself. When I was in corporate, I would take time out whenever I could to either do some coaching or mentoring with people, even if they weren't in my team. If I could help anyone, I always tended to want to help them. But 12 years, not 12 years ago, in 2012, 8 years ago, when I joined the John Maxwell team, I had so much value added to me joining that team, learning so much, that I actually started to share it for free in my corporate environment. And that's when I say all the value that was added to me, all my personal development made it possible for me to make a contribution to other people. So I was doing free leadership talks and free leadership masterminds. And still to this day, the people that I share that with remember that, and it did something positive for them. It actually kind of changed things for them. And it was that for the first time in my life gave me the sense of, wow, it's so simple. I can really make a difference. And this is what I want to share with you tonight, how the simplest things can make a difference and give a person that feeling that your life has meaning. You know, when you're helping a person and they tell you, wow, you really, really made a difference today in my life. That was one of the best days that you ever had. You go home and you feel fantastic. So for me, I found it's my absolute greatest joy is developing other people and knowing that I'm making a difference. And I want to help others have the same experience. I'm just going to mute some mics here. If you want to unmute your mic, please do. Okay, thanks, Michael. You can hear. So tonight, this is really an invitation, and I'll share this progressively as I go through the presentation. By the end of it, it'll be very clear what I'm doing. But this really is an invitation tonight for what I'm going to share in my vision for you to create a better world too. So I'm inviting you to maybe share this vision or carry the vision. If I must think about my own life, I'm a vision carrier. I'm a vision carrier of Jose Silva. Jose Silva's one of his statements is to create a better world for those who follow. That's why he's creating a better world. And that's what I'm doing today. He passed on in 1999, and I'm still doing his work, and I'll do it as long as I can until the day I die. The other person I carry a vision for is John Maxwell. He's trying to transform the world, helping people with leadership development and principles and doing country transformation. I'm a vision carrier there too. So my hope tonight is that as I share this vision with you, is that you maybe want to consider doing the same or coming alongside me in this journey to create a better world. I don't know what you think of the world today and what state it's in, but I think the world now more than ever needs a lot of help, and a lot of people sit back and they wait for either big business to do something or governments to do something, or hopefully a fantastic politician to land up being elected that can change things and make things better. But I really don't think ever it's going to happen that way. If it ever happens, it happens just the way Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world if we can do it one person at a time. And that's exactly what I've done. With my own life first, I got help to improve my life, and everybody one by one that I could help, I helped other people. And this is what I do now today full time, and I feel very blessed. So I want to give you the same, sharing the same idea and maybe inspire you and see if this is something that could help you create a better world, firstly in your own life, and then for the people around you, whether that's your immediate family, the people that you live with at home, people at your workplace, people that you interact with in your friendship circle. And as everybody does it one by one, which I'll share with you in this presentation, you'll see what an amazing momentum it creates and the ability to actually snowball to make a significant difference beyond your wildest dreams, and how we can actually do that. So my hope is that this Meaningful Monday inspires you to be all that you can be, or that you can become, so that you can help others become all that they could ever be. And it's a saying, you cannot give what you do not have, and that's why personal growth is so important. And that's why I really commend and thank all of you, seriously, for joining this webinar tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I commend you for taking this hour out for yourself to improve your lives, because every time that you do that, you really do, without even maybe knowing it consciously, you are helping to improve other people's lives, because you as a person are becoming a better person. So here, Gandhi, our greatest ability as humans is not to change the world, but to change ourselves. Now, that's what it says, and that's how it is in reality initially. But the truth of the matter is, when you personally become a better person, you do start to change the world. Now, it might say, oh, I don't change the whole world. There's like billions and billions and billions of people. It's a whole big planet. Well, then if I said, if you become a better person and you change yourself, then you actually change your world, the world that you live in, the family that you're in, the friendship circle that you're in, the community that you're in, the workplace that you're in. That's your world. If you're a better person, you influence your little world. And it may seem little, but if I do that and you do that, and there's 20 people on this webinar, you can see how immediately it can have a broader and wider effect. Now, you don't have to be rich and famous to create positive change in the world. With the right guide, you can change yourself, which you're doing. That's why you're here tonight already. And not only change yourself, but change the world around you. And when I said an invitation, what I want to do is, in any way that I can, I want to guide anybody towards improving their lives and making a change to change your world. So if you'll just have an open mind and an open heart as I take you through this tonight, I really, really am sharing a vision that I have to create a better world, and to start as like now sharing this more and more, because there are many, many years ahead of me, and in time I think that we could make a massive positive change. And I really do believe that every single person has a responsibility in this life to become the best that we can be, to be a positive influence as much as possible, become the best versions of ourselves, and start to model behavior for others. Become a teacher, not through the words that you use and not through speaking, but you model behavior by who you become. And that's what I really want you to aspire to, because if that's what you do, that's creating a better world. That's exactly how it happens. So the 5 simple steps that I'm going to share with you tonight, this is just my own idea of how I believe we can create a better world. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you John Maxwell's idea and what he's starting, and I'm going to be doing the very same thing. And if you want to join me, this is an invitation, as I said. So the first thing is, when we talk about a better world, it starts with you. First, you need to invest in yourself. And there's no doubt that every single one of you listening here tonight is one of these people. You wouldn't be here if you weren't a person who invests in your self-development. And this is really what it's required. So first, we do it to ourselves, and, develop yourself as you are. And some people I know have done, for example, the Silver Method or Masterminds with me. Some of you are new. And those that are new, I'm not sure what personal development work you've actually done or how much you invest in yourself. But I'm going to encourage you to consider yourself as the greatest investment you could ever make. And I ensure that every single year I'm actually investing in myself. And I mean that in time and in money, to grow myself, because I find the more that I grow, the more value I have to share with other people. And this is the value and the beauty of creating a better world, is when we become a person of greater value, we have more value to give others, right from our immediate circle and as that spreads out. So it should be something, self-improvement is something that should be ongoing, and the journey never really ends. If you think about it like a cup, the more you pour into a cup, the more can pour out of that cup. So we can't pour from an empty cup. So that's why it starts with us. We need to first create a better person in ourselves, and that can help pour out of us and create a better world. So it does start with you. The next thing is, it just takes a decision. Just a decision that you want to become intentional about adding value or creating a better world. John Maxwell wrote a book years ago called Intentional Living, and the key takeout of that book was that everybody has good intentions. We all have good intentions, but very few people have good actions. So sometimes we want to do good things, and we think we want to do good things, and we have good intentions in our heart, they're really there, but we actually don't do anything else often with those intentions unless we decide, as it says here, to become intentional and to actually take action. And that's not easy. It's going to ask us to get out of our comfort zone and do different things. So I think when a person has just made the decision, you're halfway there. And I really want to help everybody I can with this, how to create a better world and to help you become more intentional. The next thing to create a better world is to become a better leader. Now, this might trip some people up because you think, oh, I'm not a manager where I work, or I'm not working, or I'm just working for myself, I'm on my own. Don't let the word leader trip you up. I just want to ask everybody here, what do you think leadership is before I carry on? And I really want you to unmute your microphones and tell me, when I say become a better leader, what is a leader? Is it a title? Is it a position? What is it? Anyone?
A better listener.
A better listener? Thank you. What else?
Someone has the ability to bring the best out in you.
Fantastic. Bringing the best out in others. So they are focused on other people as opposed to just being focused on themselves. Thank you. Yes, that's right, Rachel. Anyone else?
They should inspire you. They should be a role model.
Yes, who's talking? Hold on, I need to find
Margot.
Margot, yes. They should inspire you and they should become a role model. The role model part is absolutely essential because that means you're leading by example. Imagine if, let's give you a bad example. If a parent screams at the kids and says, "You better treat me with respect." Well, that's a very confusing message.
I was actually going to go to respect. I cannot follow someone I don't respect.
Right. And if someone shouts at you and says, "Hey, you better respect me," do you really think that fits the picture? So you have to model the behavior. People who are respected earn respect. Someone else wrote here, a giver. Yes, a leader is a giver, absolutely. And what someone was saying, adding value to others, helping others, listening, things like that. Anybody else? What's a leader?
A leader is someone who can see potential in others and try to develop that. It's not mine. It's one of my favorite person's quotation, Brené Brown.
Brené Brown. And who's speaking?
This is Dev here.
Dev, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. So you said, just repeat the first part again.
So a leader is someone who can see potential in others and try to develop that.
Right, thank you. Okay. So there again, it's outward focus. It's focusing on others, not ourselves. So the more people are putting answers on the table here, we can see that leadership really is adding value to others. Because if you see potential in someone and you want to develop that potential, you have to get out your comfort zone and add value to them. We are naturally born selfish. I'm just going to be honest. If you don't believe me that we're born selfish, take a toy away from a 2-year-old child and see what happens. They start to cry and they want it back and they throw a tantrum. And the more you do that, the worse behavior they put out, because that's how we are when we haven't learned. So adding value is a learned behavior. It has to become a very intentional thing. And we do need to become a better leader, because that's what leadership is about. Leadership is about removing our own agenda and replacing it with the agenda of others, helping other people succeed, helping other people improve their lives. And that's where we get all our fulfillment from. So in a nutshell, I'm just going to share with you, John Maxwell wrote the best-selling book of all time on leadership. It's called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. It sold millions and millions of copies, I think over 20 million copies, and is considered to be what the Fortune 500 called the Leadership Bible. It's like the best leadership book, and it sold more copies than all other leadership books combined. And in there, one of the laws of leadership is the law of influence. And John Maxwell says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So if you're making notes, you may want to write that down. Leadership is influence. It's not title. It's not position. That's just title. If you're a manager, it's that title. That's a manager. We're talking about leadership. Leadership is influence. And how do we influence? By adding value to people. I'm absolutely not talking about negative things like manipulation or forcing people or powering over them. I'm talking about genuine influence. If you think of a person like Gandhi, 200 million people stood by him, even though they were attacked, even though some of them were killed, even though some of them were brutally injured. They never raised a weapon. They walked and protested in peace because he had such influence. 200 million. Why? Because he added so much value to those people, casting a vision of freedom for them, that they knew this man was going to change their lives forever. That's adding value, and that's becoming a leader. So leadership is absolutely influence every way, shape, or form. So if you're making notes, you can write that down. And if you become better and influence someone else to become better, like you've said, develop other people's potential and things like that, then you are creating a better world. If you do that, you create a better world. And the more you do this, with more people one by one, the more it compounds. Now, there are about 20 of you here. If each of you did that with one person, that's another 20 people. If you do it with 2 or 3, you're already talking multiplying numbers now. Now you do it once a month, once a year, over time. You can see this has the opportunity to become something on a grander scale. There's something called the power of 22. If you pay it forward, let's say you add value to 3 people, just 3 people, but you do it in such a way that you help them understand what true leadership is, and you encourage them to do the same to 3 other people in such a way that when they do it to those 3 other people, even with those people, they do it in such a way that those people will do it to another 3 people. In other words, you don't just develop followers now, you're developing other leaders, you're influencing to make them leaders. The power of 22 says if you start with 3 people and get that right, it only has to flow on 22 times to have covered every single person on this planet. Now, that's an alarming statistic. Now, I think, Gina, you got your maths wrong. No, I haven't got my maths wrong. It's a book. It's written. It's called The Power of 22. And when you paid forward to 3 people, and every one of them do it to 3 people, every one of them do it to 3 people, any one of them to 3 people, it only has to circle 22 times to cover the whole world. Now, if you've read the book, The Tipping Point, we don't have to cover the whole globe. We only have to cover 10%. And with that, we create a better world. So if you want to be someone that you know when you die one day and you're lying on your deathbed, God forbid, like God willing at a very late age, and you've had a really great full life, that you will be there thinking, I made a difference while I was here. I did something that helped transform the world to make it a better place. That's becoming a better leader. The next point I want to make is step up. Yes, I mean that, step up. People don't like that term sometimes. They think I'm being confrontational. We do have to step up because it's not going to be simple. It's not a ride in the park, like a walk in the park where you can just stroll along. It means that we do have to develop ourselves. Starts with you. We do have to decide that we're going to be intentional, get out of our comfort zone and take some actions we would not ordinarily take. We do have to become a better leader. So it means we must develop ourselves and our influence by adding value to others and learning more about how we can become better leaders. And that value you'll want to share. Trust me. The minute you start learning and you learn more about this, you want to share it. I've run several masterminds. Many of the people here listening tonight have done 1 or 2 of them with me, even more, some of you. You'll know when you've learned some things and you share them with others, it feels fantastic because you have more value inside you. So out of that cup, you can pour out more. So stepping up means it requires you to take action. It means it requires us to step out of our comfort zone. It's going to take more from you. It's going to ask more from you. It's going to expect more from you with the intention to influence others in a positive way, to pour into others, to fill their cups, to guide other people, to share anything of value with them, whether it's a great book you've read, a course you've done, maybe a mastermind you've done. I know there are people here who've influenced other people to even do the silver method that you've done. I'll mention you a bit later because I want to, if you don't mind. I think it's really something that I really appreciate. Any books, videos, audios, DVDs, whatever it is, if it's helped you, share that with other people in any way, or talk to them about the concepts that you've learned. The great thing is that as you step up and pour into others, your self-esteem will go up. If anyone sitting listening here thinks, I would like to have more self-confidence, I would like to have more self-esteem, the greatest way to build your self-esteem is to add value to others. The next thing is, be the hero in your story. Now, that might sound a bit funny to some. So let's start off with this. Unmute your mics. What is your definition of a hero? Do you know a hero? What does a hero do? Anyone?
Yes, you were mentioning about Mahatma Gandhi, right? Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes.
Mentioning about, he's certainly a hero. He changed people's lives, thought process, the entire nation.
Okay, he changed people's lives, and what else did you say?
He changed the entire nation, right? We were talking about 200 nation,
yes.
Right? And the British has to go out from India because of non-cooperation movement. You know, the thing is, without any holding a weapon, is the power of love used.
The power of love, beautiful. So that's a beautiful example of a hero. So when I say what do heroes do, what do they look like? Okay, they change lives. That's got Mahatma Gandhi changed a nation. Yes. Someone wrote here, someone who has Jayanti, thank you. Someone who has done something courageous and great. Yes. Thank you. Like Gandhi too. He did something courageous. I mean, that guy was so courageous. He stood by his vision until he was assassinated. He was shot in the stomach. So Gandhi died for his vision. But he was courageous, what he had put up with, and he went to jail so many times, and the things that he went through and endured, really a huge amount of courage, and he did something great. So yes. Shabana writes, someone who is looked upon due to their good work. Perfect. We look up at heroes. We look up to heroes. They're people that we look up to. So you guys are all spot on. Thank you for sharing. So if you think about what do heroes do, they're someone we look up to. They've done good deeds. They're someone we want to emulate, someone we want to be like. They become a model for us to follow. If you think of Gandhi, he became a model and inspired 200 million people to walk in peace and protest in peace when everyone was injuring them with weapons. That is massive leadership. So they're a model for us to follow, and they're a goal for us to aspire to. So I want to tell you right now in your lives, every single one of you, every one of you here, you are already someone's hero. You may not even know that. I'm telling you, you are. You're definitely someone's hero. If you're a parent, you're probably your child's hero. If you don't have kids, you might be the hero to someone in your family, a younger niece or nephew, or a friend, or a relative. There's someone that you are already a hero to. Now, you don't become a hero automatically. You have to earn it. And that's why when I mentioned step up, you have to have done good things, not just once. You have to have done good things over a long period of time consistently and have helped people consistently. And that's how over time you become a hero. So I would say, even though I've put it here as 0.5, don't try to be a hero. Just be intentional about adding value to people. Do that long enough over time, and you will become the hero in your own story. When I say in your own story, it's because when you think about creating a better world, as I said earlier, are we going to wait for politicians and big business or a philanthropist or someone to step up and do this. No. In our story of our life, it's going to be us. That's if you want to. This is my invitation to you. I'm going to show you how you can do that. Let it be you being the hero in your story, the one that you see amongst everyone else making an effort to create a better world, one person at a time, but with intention, with love. So let's go through these points very quickly now that I've shared them with you. So it starts with you. Change starts with you, but it doesn't start until you do. So what are you going to do to significantly improve your life? If you've done something already, just make a note with yourself. I want you to write notes for yourself now. What have you done to significantly improve your life? And what are you doing in the future to significantly improve your life? Just come up with one idea of each. One idea. What have you done to significantly improve your life? I can tell you, for me 10 years ago, the most significant change in my life was doing the Silver Method. I went from totally broken, no confidence, sick, unhappy, and failing to turning everything around in 5 months. And it blessed me so much. I teach this. I dedicate my life to it today. So if that's the one thing I did, I can write that down. What's the one thing I'm going to do to significantly improve my life? Well, it's what I'm sharing with you tonight. Casting this vision of creating a better world is what I want to do, and invite everyone else to do the same. I'll show you how to do that. But what can it be for you? Maybe different for you, whatever it is for you. Secondly, how much personal development have you invested in yourself in 2020? If you have, I commend you. I promise you, it's the best investment you ever made. The greatest return you'll get on that investment is the investment in yourself. You've done well. Your life will improve. You'll get tools, you'll get techniques, you'll get methods to help you make your life better. Then, what's your personal development growth plan for next year? If you don't have one, my suggestion is make that as a note for yourself. Develop a personal development growth plan. And how you do that is just list the areas of your life, whether that be relationships, health, money, fun and recreation, spirituality, career. List those kind of areas of your life and just rate them from 1 to 10. And where they're low and they need improvement, just decide what plan and what am I going to do to develop that part of my life, and what, again, am I going to invest in? Because to improve your life, you need to invest time for sure. Often it's money as well. It doesn't have to be money. Many things are free. There's lots of free information on the internet, and books are not expensive, but you are going to invest in yourself. And then who you become has more value. Who you become means something. It means more. So if you develop yourself long enough, you'll not only become a model for others, you'll also be able to add more value to others, and your cup will be so full it will flow over. And this is how, step 1, you create a better world. The next thing, decide to be intentional. So I'm going to share this wonderful quote. John Maxwell says, "Success is all about me. Significance is all about others. And once you've tasted significance, success will never satisfy you again." So my question is, if you're making notes, do you want to lead a life of success or significance? Because you really do need to choose. And it doesn't really matter what you choose. It's your life. No one's going to stand in judgment. But what I can tell you is, when you really have tasted significance and you are being intentional in a systematic and methodical way to add value to people, your life will never be the same. It will be so fulfilling. It will be so meaningful, so purposeful. You'll honestly, I'm not making a cliche here, you'll feel like you're living your dream life. That's really what it feels like. With living a life of purpose is a life of significance. So my question around being intentional is, are you ready to make the sacrifice? Do you need to sacrifice? It's a funny word to use. Maybe sacrifice may not be the right word for all of you listening. It might be the right word for some of you. In the 21 laws of leadership, law 18 is the law of sacrifice. It says you have to give up to go up. For me, I gave up TV, many years ago when I joined the John Maxwell team. I still don't watch much TV. I only watch movies that I schedule and that I like plan to watch. So I give up things like that. Why? Because I am always doing something on personal development, learning, reading, something else, investing in myself. But you know what? For me, that's not a sacrifice. It's a choice, because I find that is of greater value to me than watching TV. So sacrifice is just giving up something of a lesser value for the attainment of something of a greater value. And it's different for everyone. But to be intentional, there's going to be a trade-off somewhere, somehow. Call it what you want. You're going to have to get out your comfort zone and act with intention to add value to others. And that is some form, giving up of something, maybe our own selfish needs and self-fulfillment and self-pleasure, to do that for somebody else. But when we do it with a good heart and with love and with intention, the reward is so fulfilling. It will never seem like a sacrifice. It will seem like a blessing. And then my question is, just take a minute now, get a pen and paper, and think about your life regarding adding value. What's been added value to you, and what you could do to add value to others, and answer this question just for yourself. What could you do that you haven't yet done? And answer that quickly. What could you do that you haven't yet done when it comes to adding value to others? The next question I want you to write down is, what should you do that you haven't yet done regarding adding value to others or being significant? And put a little asterisk next to that and make that an action point for you to do tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Take that step. Start tomorrow. And then my question is, if you've had value added to you, who could you add value to? With what being added value? So if you think about what's added value to you, what was it? Was it a course? Was it a book? For many of you, it was the Silva Method, I know, because you shared it with others, and I really appreciate that. What was it that added value to you? Write 1 or 2 or 3 things down. And how could you add value to others? How could you use that or suggest that to add value to others? The next is, who can you influence in a positive way to share a self-development experience like you've had and make a difference in their lives? So this is when I want to call out a few people. Let me expand the screen here. I just want to call a few people out, and I really hope you don't mind, but it really is testimony, and I applaud you. There's Alejandra here tonight, who's part of this Meaningful Monday. Alejandra, I mentioned this before. Alejandra has recommended the Silva Method to many people, and the one person who's here tonight is Anna. She's also listening. And Alejandra suggested the Silva Method to Anna, and I just want to thank you for that, because I'm sure, Anna, I want to unmute your mic, if that changed your life or improved your life in some way, that's significance. That's an example of creating a better world. That's paying it forward. Alejandra also did a mastermind with me. The first one I ever did, I think. You started with me from the very beginning. I think it was Think and Grow Rich. I'm talking about years ago, 3 years ago, or maybe even more now. And one person that she actually recommended to was Anna as well. And that's how Anna actually got to do the Silva Method, was after that. But look at these people now. Their lives have changed. They've improved their lives. Alejandra, you want to say a few words? Your life has changed significantly, and you've added value to others through your own value that you've got poured into you.
Yeah, well, I started, with the Silva Method 14 years ago in Argentina, from where I come from. And I did it, because at that time, my mother was very ill, and I knew that the Silva Method was very good, to send energy, to heal, people. And that was the motivation that took me there. And since then, I think has been really a huge change in my life, because you change your mindset, you start to realize how much potential you have in your brain, how many good things you can do with your own energy, and from now on, when I know someone is ill or someone needs some help, I can use all these techniques, to help someone, to have a good exam or a successful business, or so many things, you know, you can apply it. So, and the masterminds have been also a fantastic experience. And thank you, Janine. For instance, the one on leadership is really incredible because you apply it to all the areas of your life. As you said, it's not only necessary to be, you know, the CEO of a company to be a leader.
Right.
And in your own life, every day, we have to be intentional. And there are amazing techniques that we learned also, you know, how to use in a better way our time, how to maximize, you know, what we can do, to use our own resources, and all that is for the good of others. It's not only just for ourselves.
Yeah.
So thank you, Janine,
thank
for
you.
all your fantastic work.
No, thank you. And I really want to thank you because, so as I said, Anna is here. Another one is Nancy. So Nancy not only works with me, but Nancy did the Silva Method in 2018, the very beginning of the year. And she then got her daughter to do the Silva Method to help her. And then Nancy became a John Maxwell team member and did a mastermind and included her. So her kids did a mastermind with me, and then she did a mastermind with other kids. But the point is, she invested in her own children to do leadership. Well, it's like leadership, but it was a book called Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn for teens. But the point I'm making is value added to her. She poured out of her cup and added value to others. Her kids have significantly improved. They're getting praised. Nancy, you want to say a few words about your kids? You're welcome. Just jump in. Unmute your mic. They really tell the people how your kids have changed. This is what I'm talking about. Creating a better world, adding the value and spreading it further.
Yeah, I guess my whole intention when I wanted my kids to do the mastermind was I saw such great improvement just when we're doing our own masterminds on leadership, and I got so much out of it. And I thought, what a great way for the next generation coming to make a difference and therefore influence their peers, because at school, you know, they get involved in so many things, and I just wanted them to look at life in a different perspective from a leadership level, because they're leaders, they're influencing others and they're being influenced by others, so they're making choices themselves. And since doing that, I've had, you know, the vice principal commend me personally and my husband as well on their values. You know, he said, I haven't seen children step up and be honest and truthful, you know, show like service to others, just things like that, that really, I'm very proud to say that I'm really excited that they're taking on whatever they're learning and they're helping all their other friends as well, because they're now, whatever they're learning, their friends are picking up on it as well, because they're actioning it. So they're stepping up, they're taking the action, and their friends are learning. So yeah, it's just basically spreading the word. I guess it's causing a bit of a ripple effect in school. So I'm really, really happy with that.
So this ripple effect that I'm talking about, when I said, you know, pay it forward 3 times, and then you do that 20 times, the whole world, just these few stories. There's also Claire, who I do a radio show with. She did the Silva Method. She put her 10-year-old son at the time through the Silva Method, helped him with his schooling, helped him with his studies. She poured from her cup into his cup. Greg, some of you might know Greg Weiss. He bumped into me. We met as friends when I was working at Barangaroo. Once he did Silva, he got his daughter in. His daughter went and got a internship in a company and made friends with a lady working there, influenced her so much, helping her with the cancel technique and how to sleep better and all these things. That's Jo now. So Jo's not with us tonight, but many of you know Jo. She does all the 4x4s, the graduate workshops of Silva. She said to me, this absolutely changed my life. Now, that wasn't me that did that. That was Mimi, Greg's daughter, who did that. And how did Mimi get that happen? Because Greg influenced her. What I'm sharing with you, what I'm trying to get across is we need to step up as leaders. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, adding value to others. Anything that you've learned in your life that's been valuable to you, share it with others. Make this world a better place. Jayanti. Agree with Nancy. Can vouch for the opinion of Ananya, my niece. She's interested in speaking about the importance of meditation to other teenagers. Thank you, Janine, for your influence. Is amazing, full of light. Thank you, Jayanti. Yes, that's right. So Jayanti, who's on the webinar tonight, her sister, Kalyani's daughter, did a mastermind with me. Did she do the Silver Method? I think she may have. If she hasn't, I think that she's intending to. I don't remember quite 100%, but she definitely did a mastermind. The fact that a young teenager influencing her friends to do meditation, for me, that's like, wow. Young kids becoming influencers. Yeah, she did sometimes you win. Okay, yeah, thanks. She did sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. That's right. Okay, so decide to be intentional. Step 2, as an unintentional life, unintentional, accepts everything and does nothing. But an intentional life embraces only the things that will add to the mission of significance. So to be intentional is really about, you start to create a purpose for yourself where your purpose becomes, what difference can I make? And you ask yourself that question every day when you wake up. Who can I add value to today? When you go to sleep at night, the last thing in your head is, who did I add value to today? How did it help them? If that's all we did, that's a great life purpose. So let us be the change that we want to see in the world. Let us be the light that we want to see in the world. The time to make this world a better place is now. The world needs better change. It needs more of a better influence. So when it says becoming a better leader, as I said, John Maxwell says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, and that's the true measure. And we gain influence by adding value to others. That's the way we gain influence, adding value to others. Just to quickly share something, there's something called the 7 levels of character. If you think about weak character to strong character across 7 levels, if 7 is the highest level, and that character could be considered somebody like Gandhi or Jesus or a person like that, right up there in level 5 is when you model behavior for others. So if you think about your character, if you become intentional about being a significant value adder to people, you start to model behavior for others, and you're actually doing that through practice and repeating it, you become a person of better, stronger, and a more valuable character. Because character is everything. Every thought we think, every feeling we'll feel, every opinion we have, every value we have, that's all character. So when you model behavior, people look up to you. They're inspired to be more like you. Because people do what people see. People don't do what we tell them. People follow what other people see. So leaders model behavior and people try to emulate them, and they also improve. So if you improve, you make people aspire to also improving. And then long enough, if you do that long enough, you actually create a culture. Now that may sound a bit of a big word, but it's true. If it's in your own home and you do this with intention, you'll change the culture in your household. You can change the culture in the area of your work. By you being a person who models good behavior and influence others, bit by bit, you will change culture, because culture is always visual. It's how people behave by helping each other, adding value to each other, and so on. So if your life in any way connects with other people, which it always does, then you are an influencer, which you always are. You're always interacting with people. We are all influencers. That's why we are all leaders. Every one of us is a leader. So that means the question we should be asking is, how do I increase my influence? Simply value people. See value in everyone, regardless of their status in society or who they are. Value everyone, value people. Think of ways to add value to people. Look for ways to add value to people. Do things that add value to people, and encourage others to do the same, to also add value to people, to pay it forward. As this grows, you start off just being a model. You model that great behavior. Then you really grow in this way and you start to motivate others. That was me years ago. Try this, read this book, do this course. That was me, motivating others. Over time, you start to mentor people. They come to you, they ask you for guidance, they ask you for advice, you become a mentor. And to multiply. Multiply is exactly that, of pay it forward and help people to do the same. So step up. It's time to stop pointing out the problems all around us, really it is, and to step up and do something positive to make our world better and brighter. I really do believe that together we can change our world. If we all do this and we all focus on this and every one of us just focus on what we can do personally, people are doing this all around the world. Michelle is on this webinar here tonight as well. Michelle Chung, she's in Barcelona, but right now she's in Sydney. She just flew in, but she lives in Barcelona. She also joined the John Maxwell team. Kudos to her, just a few weeks ago. And she's already adding value to people. So she's another John Maxwell team member. Nancy's another one. There are 30,000 of us around the world. Can you imagine if we're all doing this and we're sharing it with people like you, and you do this and share it with others? Really, people, I'm serious. When I say together we can change the world, I'm not kidding. This is my vision. You might think I'm crazy. I hope you're crazy too. I really do. And I hope you're crazy like me, because I want you to be crazy, because only crazy people change the world, and that's the only way it's ever happened. So if you're not crazy, then this webinar is not for you. If you are a bit crazy, this webinar is definitely for you. So join me on my crazy mission, but I really do believe one person at a time, we've got years ahead of us, we can do a lot. So you don't have to be great to start, but we do have to start to be great. As I said, there's no success without sacrifice. So if you think about it like this, if we succeed without sacrifice, then it's because someone before has made the sacrifice. So many of you, if you've got parents who immigrated to Australia or to whichever country, doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be here, some of you are overseas, they made a sacrifice for you to have a better life, because they left a country that was in trouble and they've immigrated to give their children, which is you, a better life. That's a sacrifice they made. If I think about my parents, they made enormous sacrifices to give me the best opportunity in life to be better. If I think of Jose Silva, he sacrificed 22 years of research, studying, working, pouring his heart and soul to develop a program that I just pick up and use. Changed my life. But he sacrificed 22 years and then 50 years of training the program all over the world to make it the success it is. That's what I mean when people sacrifice before you, you reap those rewards. So by the same token, if you sacrifice and you don't see success, well, guaranteed someone who follows will reap success from your sacrifice. So it's never wasted. Me, myself, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed. I'm the recipient of many benefits that I didn't earn. Someone else paid the price. Someone else paid for them. I'm so grateful. How do I show my gratitude? By pouring into others, passing on to them all the things that will allow them to run far and achieve beyond what I've done. That's why I train the Silva Method. It changed my life. That's why I teach leadership principles. John Maxwell changed my life. He made my life better. The success that I got in my corporate world, I give really credit to John Maxwell. He was like my mentor through the pages of a book. Now I share that with others. So what do I mean when I say step up? As you receive, I hope that you do the same. And this is how we create a better world. Never doubt that a small group of crazy people, thoughtful, committed citizens, can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Here. So be the hero in your story. Says here, I think a hero is any person really intent on making this a better place for all people. That's it. When it comes to bullying, don't know that someone's been bullied and not intervene. And if you've got children, teach them that. If there's any bully at school, tell your child, be the hero in that story. Don't stand by and watch someone bully someone. And trust me, there are bullies in the workplace, in adult workplace, not just happens in schools. Don't let that happen. Step up, say something, make a difference. Okay, this particular quote is on my wall in my office. It's in every Silva Method meditation. It's one of the sentences in there, one of the what we call a benefit statements. And this is my mission. This is my mission and my vision in life. We will continue to take part in constructive and creative activities to make this a better world to live in, so that when we move on, we shall have left behind a better world for those who follow. If you want to take a photo of that, take a photo of that, and then change the word to you. You will continue to take part in constructive and creative activities to make this a better world to live in, so that when you move on, you will have left behind a better world for those who follow. If that's what we have in the back of our mind and do it with intention every day, I really believe we can make a huge difference. So now let me share with you what else I have that just seems to happen. Honestly, my life is like, seriously, a coincidence of coincidences, and nothing happens by coincidence. It's always by divine design or divine intervention. But I came up with this thought a few weeks ago to share creating a better world, and I did a video on it from my office, and then I decided to do a Meaningful Monday. And literally a few weeks ago, John Maxwell had a summit, and he said to all the John Maxwell team members, we have to join the summit. It was from 1 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. on Thursday last week, and it was titled Change Your World. So John Maxwell is now sharing, not casting his vision, not only asking us to carry his vision, but he's casting his vision for us to also cast vision, which is similar to this, on how to create a better world. And he's kind of giving a system to us. So I'll have one, and this is what I want to share with you now. Vision without action is a dream. It doesn't materialize. It doesn't become anything of value. It just stays something immaterial. So it does need action. However, if we take action without values, there will be chaos. There will be a nightmare. There will be disaster. If you want to know what's wrong in this world today, it's values. People have lost their values. Values aren't passed down from generation to generation the way they were generations ago. And what I want to do now to create a better world is to start sharing values in a certain and systematic way, that you can share values in a systematic way with others. And as we all do this, I promise you, this is exactly how we create a better world. If you go back to the story of Gandhi or Jesus, anybody who you think was a great leader, they were sharing what they valued with others and creating strong, admirable, and aspiring values, and that's how they transformed lives and transformed countries. So transformation is possible for anyone, as long as you're willing to learn and live good values, also willing to value people, and willing to collaborate with them to create a positive values culture. So that means that you can change your world. The question is, what do you value most? It's different for everyone. What do you value? So, where to from here? This is about now, Janine talking, what can I do? What can I do more? Well, thank goodness. I don't know how blessed this coincidence, this crossroads that just happened now, last week, Thursday. John Maxwell shared his vision of change your world. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to invite people, all of you here. I'm inviting you all. You can take the invitation, you can't, it's up to you, it's up to you. I'm inviting people to join me in creating a better world. How does it work? It's called round table transformation. So think of a round table. You put people around that table, and we have an intention to create a better world through transformational leadership. How do we do that? You might say, I'm not equipped, I can't do that. Well, this is exactly what this vision is. It's a roundtable transformation method for growth. My friends, it's not a mastermind. I do masterminds, that's a separate thing. Many of you here have done a mastermind with me. What's the difference? The difference in this is I am a participant, just like you. I'm just like you, here, humble, ready to learn, a beginner's mindset, a teachable spirit, just like you, to create a better world. I'm not a coach, I'm not a trainer, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a counselor in roundtable transformation. I challenge myself as I facilitate every session. I don't challenge you. Why aren't you doing this? You should be. I don't. I only challenge myself. How can I be better? What can I do that will improve? Well, how can I add value? I share my own weaknesses. As we go through values, we're going to teach values. We're going to rate ourselves. All of us, we're going to rate ourselves on our values. And I'm going to rate my own. If I say, well, when it comes to, I don't know, decision or commitment or integrity or honesty or helping or serving people, whatever the values are, where am I weak? I'm going to share my own weaknesses. The ideas that we'll be learning are not taught. They're going to be facilitated. I'm not here to preach. Facilitated means everyone is learning equally. All I do is navigate and steer the process. One person leads, that's the facilitator, but all participants share from their own experience and we grow together. I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm not here to fix others. I'm only here to improve myself. And everyone around the round table of transformation does the same thing. We just come with love. We come with respect for everybody. Love and respect for all people, every single person. And we love and respect their opinions too. Regardless of what they are, we respect them. Participants are encouraged all to take action for their own personal growth, because as you fill your cup with growth, you're going to pour out to others, no doubt. It's a very, very simple system, but it's highly effective. And why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they're very small groups. They're small groups consisting of only 4 to 10 people sitting around a table. We give a voice to every single participant. It's designed to emphasize and promote personal growth. And it's focused on values. The guidelines quickly run through how it runs. The facilitator, which would be me, would go first. So I model the behavior. I'm being transparent. I'm being vulnerable. I'm showing myself as I am, weaknesses, warts and all, and show you where I need to grow. And so it allows others to do the same. Everyone is given an opportunity to share. If someone doesn't want to share, they want to pass, that's fine, no forcing. We meet people where they're at, but you'll find after 1 or 2 weeks, you'll want to share because your life will start to improve. We all are transparent and authentic. We're very honest. It's full of honesty. But it's real honesty, not weird, okay? We're not here weird honest. It's not therapy here. We're just growing together. Everyone must use the word I when they're sharing. They can't say you this and you that, or we need to do this, or you plural, or us or them. It's only I, how I can improve myself. Because if I apply truth to myself, that's transformation. If I apply truth to others, that's judgment. Focusing on ourselves removes judgment. We're not here to judge anyone. We're here to help transform one person at a time. By me becoming a better person allows others to do the same. So transformation starts with me. Nothing is general. We don't speak in general terms at a round table. We speak in specific terms about our own lives, our own where we're at, if it's at work, personal lives, in our home, with our friends, in our own life specifically, and the action steps we're going to take specifically, and how do we know we've done them? So they're measurable. The facilitator, which would be me, would write everything down that everyone shares they're going to do, so that when we meet the next time, we hold each other accountable. That's how it runs. We avoid any topics that will divide people, and we only talk about common ground that will unite people. We're here to build bridges. We're not here to divide. We stick to the time. Every time we meet, it'll be 1 hour or less. We will keep each other accountable, and we will celebrate victories. Why? Because you will have victories. When you get values added to you and you start to strengthen your values and people pour in, and you develop yourself personally, we pour into you, the material will pour into you, you add value, you will grow. You will influence others in a positive way. You'll make changes. You will literally start creating a better world, a person at a time, and you will start experiencing significance. What does that taste like? What does it feel like to make a significant contribution to others, growing together? And you will have victories. What happens around the round table stays at the round table. Trust is absolutely key. We don't divulge anything in the round table. We all trust each other so that we feel open, to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to share. So my invitation, who would like to join me in creating a better world? How this runs, how this works, I don't know yet. This was just cast by John on Thursday. All we had to do was say, are we in to help change your world? That's what the title of his new book is called, Change Your World. I raised my hand and I said, I'm in. I'm in. I want to be part of it. I don't know what it takes or what it's about. I'm in. So my invitation is, if you want to join me, let me know, SMS me, email me, text me, whatever you want. But I'm looking for the first group of people to get together that we know who's going to be in. It's going to be 10 or less, hopefully before the end of December, so we can start this next year. And this is the beginning of a never-ending journey to create a better world. And you may think it's a very crazy, lofty idea. I don't mind. I'm in. I'm in heart and soul. I want to be the person who does this, and I want all of you to join me. It's an invitation to you. I'd love you to join me. And if there's more than 10, we'll work out ways how we spread this. Nancy's a John Maxwell team member. She could facilitate her own group if we too many groups, if my calendar's too full. But this is what I want to do. And I'm telling you now, who needs this the most? The youth. But we can't help the youth if we don't have our own cups full. If we don't have all those values, there's apparently 25 values at the round table. We go through these 25 values. We evaluate ourselves. We share what we're learning. We first learn about them. We share what stands out for us. And then we share how we're going to take action to improve ourselves on these values. And so you will, over time, grow and fill your cup and flow into others. So that's me for tonight. That's my creating a better world journey. It's quite interesting. Creating a better world comes from Jose Silva's statement, which I shared with you earlier. And John Maxwell's latest book is called Change Your World, which is very similar. How many weeks is it? As I said, Marie, I don't know any details. I've only been told this is coming, and I raised my hand and said yes. And I was going to do a Better World webinar anyway tonight on just the first part, excluding when I started sharing from this part up to here. It was really, I was going to share up to there was my own thing. And then when I got the John Maxwell thing, I thought, well, let me share the fact that I'm going to be given all the material to facilitate roundtable transformation method. I'm going to share it now. Why am I going to wait? If I can get a group together knowing who we are before the end of December, we can start sometime in January with the roundtable. So I don't have any details. It's just an expression of interest. When do we start? Tanvir is asking. Probably January. If it's not, it will definitely be February. Absolutely, because the material will be done by then. So the website's not complete yet. It's not up for us as members, but it will be. And it's really based on these 25 values that we are going to learn and become better people ourselves to become better for other people. And it's just to pass this on one person at a time and do it in such a way that when you do it with others, they will also be equipped and encouraged to do it with others. So it's this paid forward thing. And really, I don't know if you know anything about country transformation that the John Maxwell team has done in Guatemala, Paraguay, and Costa Rica. But Guatemala is a completely transformed country, and the John Maxwell team started there 4 years ago with roundtable transformation training for free. It was all volunteered. Volunteer people went over there, and they trained tables of about 175 people or something. And every one of those tables was tasked, now they live in Guatemala, to do the same thing with 40 other people, however long it took, maybe a year. And if they all did that, can you imagine the explosive expansion of people now? And they reached the tipping point. As I said, we only need to influence 10%, and it's the tipping point. Read the book by Gladwell, what's his name? Someone's going to tell me. Right,
Michael.
No, Gladwell, the tipping point. Maxwell Gladwell.
I think it's Michael Gladwell.
Not Michael, but you can Google it on your phone if you want. Malcolm Gladwell. Anyway, Gladwell's the guy's surname. the tipping point, only 10%, and then they transformed, they flipped over the country. The country's in massive thriving, it's in transformation, poverty is being replaced by prosperity, everything's just, crime has gone down, the government's not corrupt, everything's changed. If you ask people in Guatemala what happened, they'll tell you this truly. They'll say, God blessed our country. A miracle happened here. Those are the words they say. And I believe the time is now. The time is now. The world needs to have better leadership. We need to make a difference, and the time starts now. There's no time to wait. There's never been a better time than now. So I'm sorry I don't have more details, but it's just an expression of interest invitation. Would you like to join? You may even change your mind if it doesn't suit you. But when you say how many weeks, it could probably be, I don't know, if we do 3 values, it depends how many values we do in 1 hour a week, how long it takes. I'm not too sure of the details. I can't share that now. All right, so you can let me know, but that's where we're going. And then just to tell you what's going on as the next events, and then we'll just do a meditation. So events coming up is next Meaningful Monday is the 4th of January. It will be recorded because I'm away. It will be health, wealth, and happiness. The next events are Silver Manifesting is on the 6th and 7th of February, and Silver Life and Intuition System 4-day immersion is on the 18th and 21st of February. Thank you, Malcolm Gladwell. Thank you, Mother. And then Think and Grow Rich Mastermind is sold out, that one that starts on the 12th of January. The next one is in the second half of 2021. Because it goes quite quickly, if anybody does want to get into the next one, please let me know. You can pre-book or reserve your seat for that one. Just SMS me or email me if you want to do it. And you'll get a special price if we do that early on. Another thing I'm offering to create a better world. You all work somewhere. If you do work somewhere, I'm offering a free, inspiring, what I call a power hour at your work, to either talk about something from the Silver Method. You choose. The Silver Method are these 4 key skills that are there, which can help anyone. It's tips and techniques to add value to people. They can apply it in their life straight away. They don't have to know anything about the topic. It will be helpful. It's about how to manage and reduce stress. That's staying calm and focused even under pressure. It's how to have clear goals and achieve them quicker. How to overcome your limiting beliefs, and how to make better decisions and recognize opportunities by using more intuition. So I do have a 1 hour talk on that. If you want that, book me at your workplace, even via Zoom. The other free talk I do is 1 hour of leadership training for free at anyone's workplace. Why not? Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. Add value to others. I do this talk called Developing the Leader Within You. I just talk about 3 key points. Why develop as a leader? What is leadership, true leadership? And how to develop as a leader. It may help people. So that's another option for you. Another way to create a better world. All right. Now we have a time for a meditation. So still have a pen and paper handy. After you go through a deep relax, I'm going to ask you 3 questions at the end. And with your eyes open in the most comfortable position, just write the answers down. Don't judge them. Trust your first impressions. And you'll find it comes from your intuition or your higher self. It'll really be something that will guide you, and it will be truth for you, not your conscious reasoning mind that sometimes can lead us wrong. So just to set the intention for the month, those are the 3 questions that are asked, which is what do I need to focus on for the month ahead? The next question is, like the first one I said, what steps do I need to take me closer to what I want to do, be, or have? And then what do I need to let go of is the 3rd question. So as I ask these questions, you just write your answers down, and then you keep them somewhere and refer to them later. So I'm going to just play some relaxing music. Find yourself a comfortable position. Hold the pen and paper on your lap in a way that you hardly have to move to write. Like you have to just open your one eye and just peek and write, and then just shut it again, and you go back into your meditation. So first I'm going to guide you through a long relaxation, and then a tranquil scene of a waterfall of white light. So we'll do that first. Just follow the instructions and just relax. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And as you exhale, allow the tension in your body to release and float away. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, begin to feel your body relaxing. Feel the tension leave your scalp from the top of your head all the way down your scalp. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your cheeks. Relax your tongue and jaw. Relax your neck, your shoulders, all the way down your arms and into your hands. Relax. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, feel the tension leaving your back from the top of your neck down to the end of your spine. Relax. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your chest. Take another deep belly breath in, and as you exhale, relax your abdomen. Relax your pelvic area. Relax your thighs. Relax your knees. Relax your calves. And relax your feet all the way down to your toes. You are now experiencing a deep state of relaxation. Now you're going to create in your mind an ideal place of relaxation. It can be real or imagined, somewhere that you've been, or maybe somewhere that you'd like to go, and allow it to be a place where you feel totally relaxed. Begin to experience this place now. Now that you've created your ideal place of relaxation, you're going to add a waterfall of white light into the scene. Place it wherever you choose. The waterfall is gentle, allowing you to stand under it and gently flow over you. Stand under this cascading white light. The light is a healing energy, a clearing energy. Your waterfall of white light is now created. As you stand under this white healing light, Allow it to swirl around you and encompass you within its glow. It is clearing all the stress, tension, and clutter away. It's clearing all the stress, tension, and clutter of not just today or the past week or past month or even the past year. It's clearing the stress, tension, and clutter from your entire lifetime, from your energy field, from your atmosphere or your aura. And as the light clears your energy field, just notice how much happier you look. Notice the smile on your face. See how the weights that you've been carried are no longer a burden. And notice now how your energy field is expanding out as you are radiating love. This waterfall of light is always available to you whenever you need it. All you need to do is close your eyes, imagine your ideal place of relaxation, and immerse yourself in this healing white light. Now take a deep breath, relax deeper, and repeat these beneficial statements to yourself mentally. Every day, in every way, I am getting better, better, and better. Positive thoughts, suggestions, and images bring me benefits I desire. I will always maintain a perfectly healthy body, mind, and immune system. The following statements are for your better health. Keep in mind, from now on, I will occasionally be speaking in your place. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every cell, tissue, organ, and system of my body is revitalized, restored, and renewed, resulting in a perfectly healthy body, mind, and immune system. I'm able to function in harmony, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to promote maximum benefits. My awareness in using my mind allows me to do activities that promote increased health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now imagine the white light turns to green. You are now immersed in a glowing green light. This green light is unconditional love. It surrounds you. It encompasses you. It flows through your entire being. It fills you with love. All those hurts you felt, all those pains you felt, the angry moments, allow this green light, this unconditional love, to heal all those spaces now. You are an amazing human being. You deserve love. You deserve joy. You deserve abundance. And you deserve peace. It is now time to step out of your waterfall. Step out of the waterfall of light. Your energy field is now clean and clear. You are centered. You are relaxed. You have more clarity. You are able to focus more easily. You are in the flow of universal love and energy. Just take a moment now to enjoy this feeling of connectedness. You have now reset your body and mind for the month. It is now time to set your intention for the month. Tune into your higher wisdom, your higher self, or your intuition. That part of you that when you tuned in guides you and intuitively knows what is best for you. Feel the alignment with your higher self. Trust that you are now tuned in to that part of you that will intuitively guide you and knows what is best for you. And now ask yourself the following question, and whatever your first impressions are, just write them down. Don't judge them, just write them down. The first question is, what do I need to focus on for the month of December? Whatever comes to mind, write it down, then take a deep breath, close your eyes, and re-enter your meditation. The next question is, what steps do I need to take me closer to what I want to be, do, or have? What steps do I need to take me closer to what I want to be, do, or have? And the next question is, what do I need to let go of? Write down your first impressions. What do I need to let go of? And the last question, is there anything else? Anything else I need to know? Anything else I need to do? Is there anything else? And now just allow a deep breath, and as you exhale, just relax. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you'll open your eyes, be wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than before. 1, 2, coming out slowly now. 3, at the count of 5, you'll open your eyes, be wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than before. 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake, feeling fine and in perfect health, feeling better than before. Welcome back, everybody. I'll just stop the recording.